Hello and welcome to the Leverage Podcast. I'm Paul Richard, and we have a special guest with us today, Anna Cecilia. Even though your name is showing because you're using my PC, that's okay. This is Anna Cecilia with GenieClean, and welcome to the program today, Anna. Good to have you on.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your background so we can get to know you a little bit better, and tell us about how you started GenieClean, what brought you into the cleaning business. How did you come to that point?
I'm a single mom. I have a 8-year-old little boy, and it just kind of my parents let me stay home full time with him until he started school. And when he started school, I just was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do for work? And I had a older man and a sister that lived together that I helped clean for, and that's kind of what got me started. And they got me another job, and then I got a couple more, and that's just kind of how it started. And I enjoy cleaning. I enjoy helping people keep their space clean, and I know it makes people feel really nice to be able to walk into a fresh space, and it's just kind of what I settled on, and it's worked really well for me so far. I have like really good oh gosh, what's the word? Control over my schedule. So I can be home when I need to be with my son, or can do what I need to do with school stuff if I need to, and still have a job, you know? So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Well, okay, so that's your life, and an 8-year-old man. They grow up fast, don't they?
yeah,
Way
yeah.
too fast.
It's been a fast last 3 years or so since I started all this, so.
Amazing. Okay, well, let's see. You're located, you live in Branson, Missouri, and what areas do you cover as far as your cleaning? How far are you willing to go to do your cleaning job?
I am willing to drive about a 45-minute radius from the Branson area. So I go all the way up to Ozark and the Nixa area. I have a couple clients there. And I would go down to the Harrison and Omaha area. I just don't have any clients that way, but I'd be willing to travel that way. I just haven't gotten anyone there yet.
Very good, very good. And so, what would you consider a deep clean versus a regular clean? I've always asked that question to cleaners because I love to know the difference. What, in your mind, what's the difference between a deep clean and just a regular clean?
Well, with a deep clean, you definitely get a bit more of a nitty-gritty cleaning in there. A standard cleaning is just your typical like quick wipe down. With a deep clean, um, for example, like your bathroom counter. In a deep clean, I will wipe down everything you have on top of your counter. I will move it all and wipe underneath and get all the creases and edges of stuff, and which get done in a standard clean, just not as deep of a level. And then um baseboards are normally part of a deep clean, like dusting, blinds, that sort of stuff. Just a little bit more of a nitty gritty clean than a standard like quick wipe down. I say quick. It's not really a quick wipe down with a standard clean, but it's quicker. So, um, and then like some, it depends on if it's requested, but like wiping the walls down, washing the walls would be considered a deep clean task. Um, I charge extra for it, but ovens and inside fridges, inside the oven and inside the fridge, those would be considered a deep clean task. Most cleaners are going to have a separate charge for that because some cleaners do not even touch the inside of your oven, never will. But I like to because it just doesn't seem like a full clean if you clean the whole kitchen spot spick and span, and then you open your oven and it's like a bomb went off there. Like,
Yeah.
but
Understood.
yeah, and then it's just kind of little things like that, like sanitizing, sterilizing things. So more than just doing your normal clean, going back through a second time and actually fully like sterilizing things. You sanitize when you clean, of course, but you can go back and do like a second step on it and make it even cleaner, I guess.
Sure, sure. Do you find that your clients on the initial clean, they want to do a deep clean just to have a base place to work from? Because a lot of times when you come in, I'm imagining people haven't done a deep clean, and so you're taking it over. Do you do a deep clean normally on the first time around and then kind of do a maintenance after that, or how does that work?
Yeah, so typically, unless it's like been requested by the client, they really don't want me to do any deep cleaning stuff. I will typically charge a higher price or an hourly price for a first time clean because I'm gonna get in there and get it as deep clean as I can to get it to a nice base level for me to keep it at a nice maintenance level because otherwise I can go in and just clean the standard clean, but I'm not going to get any much of the buildup, like I mean, your space will be clean, but there are certain things that require extra scrubbing that's really not included in a standard clean. And if you're not willing to like do the first initial clean as a deeper clean, then it's just kind of missing out and your space isn't it feels backwards to say your space won't be as clean, but like I'll leave your space clean. It'll be wonderful. But it'll just be like little details that I won't get to. If you don't want me to do a deep clean, I'm not going to do your baseboards. Those sorts of things. I clean up if it's something I see that's bad, like there's stuff all over your walls. You know what I mean? Like you've got splatters on your wall. I'm not going to ignore that because you didn't schedule a deep clean. I'll wipe your wall down. But if it's like a bad task, like your shower needs an extra 40 minutes of scrubbing, I'm probably not going to do that for you if you're not wanting to pay for that. So, but yeah, I normally start all of my initial cleans with a nice deep clean. It normally takes me about, I would say about 4.5 hours on a standard size home to do an initial cleaning. And then after that, once I get into the like flow of your home, it only takes me 2.5, 3 hours to clean a house. So, unless I'm doing deep clean tasks, but
What's the most common schedule? Is it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? What's kind of your most common schedule that you see people doing with your business?
I have several weekly clients, but a lot of people really like having the option to just reach out when they need it. I have, I think, two or three clients that do it like that, where they just call me, and of course those aren't like my cheapest cleanings, because if you're just calling me once every month and a half or so, it's always going to be a deep clean. But even no matter how well you keep up in between, people don't typically deep clean their space because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And you don't have that at the end of the day, or you work 5 days a week and you only get the 2 days of the weekend with your kid. You don't want to spend your weekend deep cleaning your house. So,
Sure, sure. What some of the cleaning companies I've noticed are claiming to be less usage of chemicals that might be, just either, it may just be noxious, it might not be toxic to be around them. Yet, what do you do in that case? Do you have any clients that request that you just use some type of more biologically clean, non-toxic cleaners, or what's your approach on that?
Um, Personally, I don't advertise as like a eco-friendly cleaning. I use more eco-friendly cleaning products. I do avoid pretty harsh chemicals, but I don't have really any clients that request specifically for eco-friendly cleaners. Um, some of them I feel don't work very well, but my policy is typically if I have a client that wants me to use certain cleaners, I'll use them. Normally, those clients will provide those cleaners. Otherwise, I'm okay with grabbing a cleaner that somebody requests specifically. But 9 times out of 10, if a person is requesting a specific cleaning supply, they'll provide it for me. And it's as easy as just not bringing in my cleaning supplies. I have a couple clients that I don't bring anything into their house. I just come in, use their stuff, use their towels, and leave.
Is there a difference in price when that happens, or is it about the same?
It's normally about the same price. I don't normally charge less for using their cleaners, just because it doesn't make that big of a difference. And like the overall scheme of things, really. I just need to do better on working on my like money wise with cleaning supplies, but I haven't noticed, and I know a lot of other cleaners also do not change prices for if you supply the cleaning supplies. But
Sure.
I think if
And
somebody
you,
asked me, I would be willing to
sure.
drop a little, but
Okay. What now, when you come in to do a price estimate, do you offer free estimates to people?
oh, 100%. All my walkthroughs are completely free. Um, I do like to schedule walkthroughs before I schedule the initial cleaning, just so that both myself and the client have an opportunity to digest the price that I'm giving them before, hey, I've done the work and now you owe me this much money. Because that's a little tricky, and I don't really do hourly rate wages. I typically price per job. So it's a little tricky to just walk into a house to clean it and then say, here's how much it's going to cost you. And I don't like doing that to people. It's sticker shock because sometimes it's not cheap to get a cleaning done, especially if you want a lot done or like a good deep clean or a move in or a move out clean. So I try not to shock people with prices. So it helps to have the walkthroughs. Um, and I think people appreciate that. Most of the
I would
time,
say.
yeah, most of the time the price is settled before I even leave. It's not like oh, I'll reach back out to you and let you know. I think there's only been like twice that I've had to give them a quote after leaving because there was so much that I had to like calculate into and see, okay, how much is would it cost to really be worth the job for me? So,
Understood. Understood. Are you strictly residential, or do you do some commercial as well?
I have one commercial property that I clean for. I clean Proman, HVAC, and mechanical. I clean their office. But that's the only commercial property I have right now that I clean. Everything else is residential.
Okay. Is that an area you want to expand your business into, more commercial, or would you rather stick strictly with residential if you can?
I don't know if I have a preference, honestly. I enjoy cleaning. They have like a little tiny office, but I enjoy cleaning it. I think if I was to expand more in the commercial side of things, I think I would still stick to trying to find smaller office spaces to clean. Um, and then just because it's very easy to clean a small office space in a short amount of time, and it is I just like it. It's nice to be able to go in and clean a space and only take like an hour and a half tops, and have it spick and span, and everyone in the office going, "Oh gosh, I just love it when you come. It smells so good." So, um, I mean, you get that feeling with residential properties too. Just it's really rewarding when people are like they get the piece of it from coming into the house after you clean it, if you know what I mean. Like walking in and just taking a like, oh, it's so nice in here. It feels so much better. And that's really, I think, why I love cleaning so much, because it's nice to give people those moments.
Understood. So give us an idea, like in a kitchen, because there's so many things that could be needing cleaning. Like you mentioned, I think ovens and stuff like that. What if you're doing a regular clean? Take me through the kitchen. What are you cleaning in the kitchen, and how are you doing it?
So, in a standard cleaning of a kitchen, I will clean the inside and the outside of your microwave, and then I'll do all the countertops. So, and then the top of your stove and the outside of your stove. I will do the outside of the fridge and wipe that down and the sides of it if the sides are accessible and need wiping. Um, and then whatever, if you have like a dining room table in there or a little kitchen table or whatever, those spaces will be wiped down. I'll do the sink. Um, some other things. Typically on a standard clean, cabinet faces are not included, but that is something that I will do if I notice your cabinets are dirty or have spots on them. I will just make sure to get those spots off really quick. I won't turn it into a 40-minute project of wiping down all your cabinets, but I'll spot clean them and whatnot. And then, of course, I vacuum and I mop. If I mean, most kitchens don't have carpet in them, so most kitchens I can mop, but that's about that's about it that I do in the kitchen. If you have a dishwasher, the front of the dishwasher will be wiped down. I'll wipe down your trash can. Um, Typically, not very often do I have to wipe the insides of a trash can down, but that is another one of those things that if I notice, it will get done on a standard clean. Like, if your trash can is disgusting on the inside, I will make sure it's not disgusting before I leave.
Very good. Now, what about take us through a bathroom? What typically do you do in a standard bathroom clean?
So, in a standard bathroom clean, I like to, um, a lot of bathroom cleaners have a dwell time that you have to let sit for a while before you wipe it down. Most people don't know that. A lot of
Hmm.
cleaners can't spray and immediately wipe. It will kind of clean the surface, but it's not going to sanitize or sterilize anything. So I like to spray the shower. I clean the shower out, take everything out, any of your products in it, and then I'll spray that down and I'll let that sit. And then normally I'll spray the toilet at the same time. And then as that's sitting, I will vacuum the other surface. Well, I didn't start with that. Vacuum. If the shower needs vacuuming or the toilet needs vacuuming, you vacuum or wipe it down to dry dust it, and then you'll spray it. And then I'll move on to like cleaning the mirror. Um, and and normally I'll let that sit and I'll go and vacuum another room or do something in another room so that I'm not just sitting around waiting. Some cleaners have a 10-minute dwell time. And so a lot of times I can get a whole room vacuumed just while I'm waiting for the shower and the toilet cleaner to sit. And then I'll go and I'll clean that and I'll wipe off the countertop where the sink is and clean the inside of the sink and do the mirror. And that's about it. Normally, clean the trash, clean around the floor around the toilet because it gets gross. Um,
Sure.
but that in a standard clean, that's about it. In a deep clean, I would do the walls and wipe down all the cabinet faces and whatnot, and the baseboards, and then of course, like I mentioned, all of your products will get wiped down in a standard clean. I'm not going to wipe down all your products unless I notice that they're really super dusty, or otherwise they're just going to get put back where you had them. I'll move them, clean under them, and then put them back. But if they look okay, if they don't look okay, I'm going to clean it to make sure it's not, you know what I mean. I'm not going to clean your bathroom and then leave toothpaste all over your toothpaste bottle, because you're going to walk into that bathroom and the first thing you're going to see is you left this toothpaste all over the place. So, and it's a tricky slope with that kind of cleaning stuff, because you have to make sure you're not crossing into a different kind of cleaning that they're not paying for, but also you get so nitpicky in this business that you see all the little details and you want to make sure you get them, because those little details are going to be the first thing that your picky client sees. You can do an amazing job on the whole house and miss one tiny little detail, and that's the little detail that they'll see. And it is negative on your business, even though the rest of the house was perfect. They're not going to tell their friends, oh, everything was perfect, but there was this one thing. They're just going to say, yeah, I had her come and clean, and, you know, it was fine, but there was just really, I wish you would have done this better. And that's what people are going to remember. They're not going to remember, oh, it was fine, they did a good job. They're going to remember, oh, yeah, she hired that lady and she didn't do this well enough. Well, maybe I won't go with her. So it's tricky. So where you're not doing things for free, kind of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And so do you give them a certain checklist of what you're going to do? Because I would say what you're really talking about is expectations, right?
Yeah.
And to make sure you exceed their expectations, are how do you do that? Do you, I mean, obviously you do a good job, yet do you say, okay, this is what my proposal is to you to clean, and so, if it goes outside those boundaries, like you said, you'll do a few little things, but you're not going to be like, scrubbing down the inside of a really nasty, kitchen range, or an oven, that kind of thing. So how do you make sure the expectations kind of match what your service is?
Honestly, that is, I think, one of the most difficult things in this business, because you can ask people all day long. Normally, when I go to a walkthrough, I say, hey, what is it exactly that you're looking for me to do? These are the services I provide, and this in the standard clean. This is what I provide in the deep clean. What is it you're looking for? So I always ask them what their expectations are, what sort of tasks they want done. And a lot of times people end up with this kind of weird, like, Mod Podge of a mix between some sort of deep clean tasks and a standard clean. And that's why I normally price per job, because a lot of people, it's just a little, expectations are weird in this business. People aren't always super forthcoming with what they're expecting. So you will tell them, hey, this is what I provide, or this is what I want you to do, Anna. And then you do the services, and sometimes it's, oh, my expectations weren't met, and it's because they didn't tell you at the walkthrough, hey, I like these products. I want you to use these products. Or, hey, I want you to do this particular task. And so I try to ask all the questions I can at walkthroughs with those sorts of things. But believe it or not, most people will say, oh, no, it's fine, do whatever. And then after the first clean, then that's where more expectations pop up. And then you kind of have to address it at that point of, well, this is what I include in my services, and if you want A, B, and C, I'll do it, but I'm gonna have to give you like an extra charge, or it's that's the biggest issue is that um people aren't like it's sometimes a struggle to get the full picture of a client's expectations right away because I think a lot of people just don't know what their expectations are right away until they have the cleaning done and then very rarely do I leave a property where somebody's upset. But there have been a few times where I've had some people that had expectations that they didn't actually ever share with me, even when I asked at the walkthrough. So you just kind of have to be touch and go with it and be willing to work with people and kind of rearrange things and just sometimes it takes a visit or two to figure out what those expectations really are. And then some people have extremely unrealistic expectations for a house cleaner, which we kind of talked about that earlier in our network group.
Yes, I mean that's one of the things where that I would think at least the first time, like you say, when you do the first clean, it's probably good to make sure and ask a lot of questions about do you see anything that we need to fix or change or do, so that the next time you just get better and better at it to meet their expectations. And everybody's different. Cleaning is completely different meaning from one person to the next at what clean really is, right?
That is so true. Most people's definition of a deep clean doesn't come close to what my definition of a deep clean is. So that is the other big thing is that cleaning means different things to everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what do you see as far as this business in the future? Do you see you growing this where you have maybe multiple crews going out and cleaning, or do you want to keep it where you're doing all of it and that type of thing? What's your vision for the cleaning, GenieClean?
Oh man. Right now I am way too small to even dream of expanding. Um, I think I would prefer to keep it kind of on the smaller side. It's really, really difficult to find trustworthy cleaners. And even more so when you're trying to like hire for your own company. So that is a little sticky for me. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm not anywhere close to being big enough to need help, but
Sure.
I'm not sure where I want to go with that. I've thought about that a little bit, and I don't know. It is hard to provide the same level of service even when you train somebody. They're never going to do it exactly like you, even if you train them for months. So, and some clients don't like that. So some clients, if they start with you, they don't want to switch to a different cleaner, even if it's somebody that's part of your company. And I've seen a lot of that online on my different groups about I finally hired somebody and none of my clients want them. They all want me to come. And so that's I'm not sure. It's a that's going to be a conundrum to cross when I get there, honestly. But I think eventually it would be nice for me to not have to do all the cleanings. But I don't envision this being like some national, nationwide company, cleaning company, Like, I like small and local is okay with me.
It is a very personalized business, absolutely, and I can see that. And hopefully, it does grow into something where you could leverage that out and spend more time with your son as things go on and that type of thing. So hopefully, we can watch you grow. Well, this has been great. Was there anything else you wanted to share with our audience, with me, about the cleaning business?
Oh, just if you're looking to hire a house cleaner, Um, oh gosh, let's see. I would just say, try not to go into a situation where you're hiring a cleaner where you're super rigid. Try to be flexible. It is your space, obviously. So number one is doing what you want in your space as the cleaner. But just I don't know, actually. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Uh Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's good to try not to have super high, I don't know if expectations is the right word, but maybe unrealistic expectations because cleaners are people too, and sometimes we can only do so much, and a lot of times people will want us to fix something that's damaged, make it look brand new. Well, some damage you can't fix and make look nice. And there's like a disconnect with that sometimes with people where they expect you as a cleaner to just be able to get everything perfect, and sometimes you can't. And
Right. Right.
that just happens. Like we do our best. I do my best. I can't speak for other cleaners, but I always do as good a job as I can, and I work hard. I leave most of my house as a sweaty mess, to be honest, even my standard cleans. So, yeah, it's just also it's way more affordable to have someone come and help clean your space than most people think. And I do think it helps take off a lot of stress on people to be able to, like you said, with kids, to be able to spend time with your kids instead of spending all your free time cleaning because you spend all your working time working and you can't do the cleaning until you're home and your kids are home, and then you're missing time with your kids. Well, if you hire me, you aren't missing any time with your kids. And that's nice, I think. Like a lot of people really appreciate that, where most of my clients are all like, it's great that I don't have to do the floors ever. I hate doing the floors, or hey, it's great that I don't have to clean that toilet because nobody likes to clean toilets.
Right. Well,
So,
awesome. Well, number one, the company is GenieClean, right?
yeah,
Did I say that right? Okay.
Gene Clean, yeah.
Uh, GenieClean. And then number two, do you have a website they can go to request, or would you rather have them call you or email you? What's the
Um,
best way to refer you?
I have a Facebook page that I prefer to set up my cleaning, my walkthroughs and cleanings through there initially. I also have an email. It is GenieClean417 at gmail.com. People can email me there. And then I don't have a business phone yet, which is why I don't advertise with my number. But typically, after I set up an initial cleaning, I'll just give my client my actual cell phone number. And then that's how, after the initial setup is done, that's how I'll communicate with my clients.
Okay. And is it GenieClean? Is that as two words?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. And they can find you on Facebook that way. That's fantastic. Well, Anna Cecilia, it's been great having you with us today on the podcast, and we hope to talk to you again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.